welcome to Multimedia Plus online television. Our top stories for this edition. Caritas Sierra Leone embarks on community sensitization against rape, sexual violence, and teenage pregnancy in the western area. Former Deputy Minister of Works found guilty for misappropriation of public property. And the UN 75 2020 and beyond has held a dialogue meeting in the theme Shaping Our Future Together. All of these stories and more are all lined up in today's news broadcast. I am your host, Memesi Rebecca Kamara. And now for the news in detail. Caritas Sierra Leone embarked on community sensitization and awareness, raising campaigns in schools and communities to combat teenage pregnancy and early marriage against girls in western area. This came following the recent incident of rape and sexual violence against women and girls in Sierra Leone. Here is the report. Over the years, statistics shows that more than 200,000 girls and women may have suffered from sexual violence during and after the country's civil war. According to the outreach officer of Caritas Freetown, Raymond Coker, he said that Caritas has targeted 20 schools in the western area so as to sensitize children about gender-based violence.
Freetown engaged in several works. For example, one of them is Caritas normally give livelihood support to the poor communities, reach out to the poor and see how best we can help to alleviate their suffering. Basically, that is the key function of Caritas Freetown. Is to be going around the western area provinces to see how we can talk to these children or these girls on how they can prevent, how they can take care of themselves during their teenage life. So basically, the program started in January, so we are yet to see the outcome of the project towards the ending. But we are targeting 40 schools, and we hope by the end of the project we should have achieved our target.
Ambassador Mother of Caritas Sierra Leone, Ms. Adama Sila, admonished the children about the importance of self-discovery when making life's decision. She briefly explained her life history and urged the children to deviate from drug abuse and early sexual intercourse, teenage pregnancy, and to work hard towards their future.
Some pikin they don't begin do mommy and daddy business already. But waiting for do, especially when pikin don't begin do mommy and daddy business, for men you know go end up get belle anyways. So where then they also for prevent, and I make it good for make even the parents as well. So Caritas wanna they engage the pikin, wanna they engage the parents in back. Make them go they help them pikin for talk to them, make them understand how them body then they operate. Because if pikin not understand how in body they operate, then you go just feel say it's okay for her forget mommy and daddy business anytime. Then instead of we dey find solution to the problem, we go just dey loaf na the ear say we dey solve something wey we actually not dey solve am. So in as much as we dey talk about teenage pregnancy, we dey talk about say not do mommy and daddy business, we responsibility also na for tell una wetin are the risk wey involve when you do am. So when you discover who that you be, person wey carry life you give 10,000 go to inside room. You bobo, person no go carry say go na that jamba pot, go sit down na for go smoke jamba. Or say you say can go take drugs because you look you say if be doctor me, make it for be doctor me. So when you able for no say for be doctor not to something way easy, what's gonna just mislead you like that? So like I said initially, some of the opportunities where some of una get, some of we not get them.
Miss Alice Johnson, an outreach officer, speaks on how women and girls should be active in society instead of being vulnerable or subordinate because of their gender. She encourages the girl child to take active roles in their various communities with no limitation, as women are more powerful than anyone can imagine.
Man they don't feel safe no more. Society don't make man they feel safe. They're strong past woman. We the woman then we weak. But you don't tell us that situation. They tell them which now where we sell the woman able to put that for we say. But tell them man then say, who side them they don't put me. We refuse for them that side when they don't put me. We refuse for stay one place because right now we don't get sense. We want to be educated. More pass out than don't be educated. We want to go into situations that when we talk for we self to represent, we self well, when they understand we waiting, we mean.
Multimedia Plus online television news. Memisi Rebecca Kamara reporting. The UN 75 held a dialogue at the United Nations Development Programme UNDP conference room in Freetown on the theme Shaping Our Future Together. The dialogue is a global conversation that is aimed at listening to people's fears, hope, aspiration, and how to tackle the challenges we face to build a better future for all. My colleague, Christina Debele, was in attendance and sent in this report.
The United Nations 75 Dialogue Session was held at the UNDP conference room in Freetown. Fuad Kane is the executive director of the Initiative of International Model United Nations in Freetown. Whilst making a statement, he highlighted the importance of creating a viable space for young people to strive, as they are usually underrepresented in national and international decision-making processes.
Over 60% of the current population of Sierra Leone is under 35 years. How powerful that can be if given the opportunity through education to activate their dreams for a better world. Young people must be educated to realize their rights and abolish child slavery and physical and sexual abuse. At this juncture, I would like to draw the attention of the United Nations systems in Sierra Leone and the government of Sierra Leone to the recommendation made by the United Nations General Assembly that member states should include representatives in their delegation, starting in 1981 with resolution RES 3617. In particular, the World Programme of Action for Youth to the year 2000 and beyond, which was adopted by the 50th plenary session of the General Assembly.
Whilst making a statement, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Singapore Thomas, admonished people to have conversations on issues that could foster change and enhance proper understanding among corporations relating to catastrophic attacks to health sector, human activities and human rights violations, especially the COVID-19 pandemic.
Why is it important today than any other time in our lives that citizens of the world should find it in themselves to dialogue? And what should we really be talking about? Dialogue deepens understanding of our own and each other's positions, often leading to shared understanding and an enhancement of our ability to make informed decisions. It does this from the stated positions that we so often argue over to the needs often shared which underlie them. Dialogue promotes better understanding and more creative cooperation between different people and groups. The process will help to reduce misunderstanding and tensions and help ensure more successful interaction in the future. There are numerous global issues today that adversely affect the global community and environment. Possibly in a catastrophic way, including environmental issues, political crisis, social issues, health problems, including the COVID-19 pandemic as we have today, and of course economic crisis.
The United Nations Coordinator, Sunil Sagai, reiterated the importance of achieving the Global Sustainable Development Goals. It furthered that the dialogue is about giving ears to people around the world to let them know how the world will look like in the future and to pave ways for the next generation.
You are the ones who are the inspiration, because whenever I've been listening to all of you speaking, I remember the first times we came and listening to all of you speaking at the Bridge Council. I thought, wow, you are the leaders of tomorrow. You are the leaders of today. You are already exercising leadership. So I can only encourage you to continue, do what you're doing, be an inspiration to your fellow students, to young people, because we really need young people to drive the development of this country. And to find the opportunities, help also other young people to find the opportunities to get involved. Right now, the fact that we're all wearing face masks, of course, we also need young people to get the word out that we, all of us, each of us, have to take responsibility for stopping this pandemic.
Other speakers present made contribution as to how the rights of individuals across nations could be enhanced through the rule of law and democratic principles. Multimedia Plus Online Television News, Christiana Dibili reporting.
Well, be reminded that you are viewing content from the Multimedia Plus Online Television. Former Deputy Minister of Works found guilty for misappropriation of public property. Our court correspondent Fatmata Binta Jallo tells us more.
It has been a common practice for the Anti-Corruption Commission to prosecute state officials whom they believe to have engaged in corrupt practice. The state, through the Anti-Corruption Commission, prosecuted the former Deputy Minister of Works, Madam Khadija Olematu Sise, on one count charge which is misappropriating public property, which is contrary to Section 36 subsection 1 of the Anti-Corruption Act of 2008. The matter was prosecuted by lawyer Mohamed Sow. The particulars of the offence are that Khadija Olematu Sise, being the Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Works, Housing and Infrastructure in Sierra Leone, on a date unknown between the 18th day of December 2017 and the 30th day of September 2018 in Freetown, in the western area of the Republic of Sierra Leone, misappropriated public property, a Toyota Land Cruiser Jeep GX1200 series, off-road 2017 model, with registration number ANK889. The presiding judge, Honorable Justice Fatmata Bintu Al-Hadi, said that she has no doubt in her mind that the accused, Khadija Olematu Sise, judging from a statement to the Anti-Corruption Commission, has treated the misappropriation of the said vehicle with impunity. It is clear that she really did not care, and she considered the vehicle to be her own private property, she continued. This indicated that she did not see the significance of her responsibility and did not attach any importance to the trust that was reposed in her as a deputy minister. She did not believe that she was negligent, Justice Al-Hadi said. Justice Fatmata Bintu Al-Hadi found her guilty of the offence of misappropriating public property contrary to Section 36 subsection 1 of the Anti-Corruption Act of 2008. Khadija Olematu Sise was sentenced to either pay a fine of 60 million leones within 28 days from the judgment or serve a period of 4 years imprisonment. For Multimedia Plus Online TV, Fatmata Binta Jallo reporting.
If you are just tuning in, you are watching news coming to you from Multimedia Plus Online Television. We will now go for a short break. Stay focused.
Pick the package if you get
even the haters testify, called the man when I was amateur. Couldn't holler them, I send this vicious fever, the Taliban. The game don't see.
the boy Caldanero, man, live and direct, man, within our studio, man. You know what I mean? Kiss the Throne EP coming. I just can't want freestyle. Now this very good studio. The setup is good. Emanize and Django. Shout out to Una. Proud of what Una they do. You know, we need more of this in the industry.
Hey, this is Emerson, the last man standing. Of course, we're right here at Multimedia Plus, and we had a great session. And come check it out. It's a great studio, great sounds, great producer, and support your own saloon content. Sugar Entertainment at Multimedia Plus. Peace.
Voiceover we there, single and soundtrack we there, documentary podcast we there.
Welcome back. The National Youth Service is an act of parliament which was enacted in 2016 and is mandated to recruiting university graduates, training them for 21 days, and upon completion, sent to various private and public institutions to serve for a period of 1 year. Onana Jallo is the Executive Director for National Youth Service. In an interview with Multimedia Plus, he highlighted some of the steps involved in recruiting process, amongst other things.
The National Youth Service is an act of parliament. It was enacted in 2016, and it gives us the mandate of recruiting university graduates, training them for 21 days, and sending them to various private or public institutions to serve for 1 year, and after which we certify them and make them very competitive in the job market. We are taking graduates who've graduated from 2016 upwards, and they must not have exceeded 35 years. So if every university graduate that has gone through a degree course is below 35 years and has graduated from 2016 upwards, he or she is qualified for the National Youth Service. What we do is to create the atmosphere for them to be able to compete in the job market. However, we also certify them after the 1 year service of the National Youth Service. So this also adds to their ability to compete with other graduates who've graduated before them. And however, we've also tried our best to negotiate with statutory institutions that are responsible for employment, like the Public Service Commission, the Ministry of Labour. We are in constant touch with them, telling them to understand why they should prioritize our COP members, because we call them COP members. The graduates who graduate from the National Youth Service are called COP members. We encourage them to either allow them for interviews or examinations after their 1 year service. Sure, we intend to. What we started with was 200. We've done 500, and now this year we want to recruit 1,000. So it's a gradual process. We are moving from small to big, and we are sure very soon, because it's in the midterm development plan, that by 2023 the National Youth Service should really be up and running, meaning we should be able to cater for every other university graduate. But it's gradual, and so we are moving and we're getting there. Well, like every other youth, I'm sure the National Youth Service is no exemption. We've been part of the activities of the International Youth Day. Our team is in the provinces. I was here with the Western Area Youth Council. We organized programs where we were able to sensitize young people to understand the values of why they are existing and what they should always do as young people.
That's all we have time for in today's news broadcast here on Multimedia Plus online television. But before we close, here is a recap of the headlines. Caritas Sierra Leone embarks on community sensitization against rape, sexual violence, and teenage pregnancy in the Western area. Former Deputy Minister of Works found guilty for misappropriation of public property. And the UN 75 2020 and beyond has held a dialogue meeting in the theme Shaping Our Future Together. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Multimedia Plus Online Television for more updates, news broadcasts, programs, and interviews. We are also on Facebook at Multimedia Plus. Please visit, like, and share our page in case you have not done so. I am MC Rebecca Kamara. Until we meet again, stay safe and healthy. Tata.